Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we got a very exciting reveal for The Walking Dead comic issue 157. As soon as I seen this cover, I thought, hey, that's pretty good. Check this out, right? From me to you. Alright. Now look at this cover is absolutely awesome. I love it. I really love it. Now I am kind of curious to see if all 6 parts is going to continue this color theme where, you know, you see Rick Grimes and Alpha and then even the residents of Alexandria and the mill behind there. They are each kind of like a solid color, but the color's kind of faded slightly, you know. It's just like his hair's darker than his skin tone, but it's kind of like the same, you know, color. You get what I'm saying? Alpha's the same way, and then we got the black in the background, the bright red blood. I love it. And then this font here for the Whisperer War, and that's an awesome title. I mean, that title's a 10 out of 10. The Whisperer War. I love that. This is part 1 of 6. I see a few people commenting that they wish it was 12 parts. All Out War was 12 parts, and in order to get that out and not drag it out for an entire year, they had to double up issues, which meant they released 2 issues a month. I do not believe they're doing that at this time. They could definitely release 2 issues a month here and there to make this come out quicker. But I do not believe they're going to do that just yet. So that means this Whisperer War will go on for 6 months, you know, in our time. We're going to be reading this war for 6 months. Now, we got a very pissed off Rick Grimes. I love this. Finally, we got a Rick who's just, you know, he is fuming. You know, I love this because so far we've seen a Rick that, yeah, you know, when he put his foot down, he put his foot down. But prior to that, he was kind of chilled, cautious, relaxed. He's, you know what I mean? We did see him lose his temper with that one patrolman. That's absolutely something we should not forget. You know, Rick has a temper. He has a moment, a spark that will set him off. Now with Alpha and Negan just connecting together story-wise, I'm going to slide back over now and get rid of that. Story-wise, this gets a little tricky to predict here. Because if we go by the cover, we have a pissed off Rick. We have an Alpha who's looking like, you know, she means business, but she's not really giving anything away. She's not crying. She doesn't look pissed. She looks kind of like, as a matter of fact, you know? Then you have the residents of Alexandria, Siddiq. They look like they're either about to get blown up, you know, like a nuke's going to go off. They're all covering their faces. Or they're about to get all shot. You know what I mean? Where if there's a few whisperers aiming guns at them and they're, you know, no, in the middle of that kind of action. Or it could be the people on the radio, you know? This Whisperer War, this could be a lot bigger than we imagine. I know a lot of fans are thinking that the people on the radio will be the next new villains, and I think that might be rushing it. We need to be careful here. Imagine we just got done with Negan, kind of sorta. His story suspended itself, the Negan aspect, and then, you know, transferred over into the Whisper storyline, which I like how it's layered there. I love it. I hope Negan makes it past this Whisperer War. As a matter of fact, I kind of wish Alpha does. I wish this Whisperer War can be part 1 and 2, you know? I shit you not. Already I'm thinking of the Whisperer War. They kind of get defeated and pushed back, and then they have to go get more recruits, and then maybe in issue, you know, what, 157 to let's say issue 175, they come back, and it's the Whisperer War part 2, something like that. Off the top of my head, I'm just, you know, thinking, because what we don't want is something overly repetitive where, you know, okay, we get the Saviors, you know, we kill the Saviors, Negan's still out there, he, you know, joins up with the Whisperers, we get the Whisperers fight, and whatever happens, maybe Negan helps them defeat the Whisperers, or Negan is with the Whisperers till the very end, he loves Alpha, and then the survivors defeat them, and then after that, we meet the people on the other end of the radio, and here it's, you know, a gang of survivors who like to conquer and control. Now they are after Alexandria. That's a little bit too much like what Negan was doing. Kind of similar still to the Whisperers who had a territory issue. It's seeming like the villains now all have a very, very similar motive. You know, Negan's is very different than the Governor. Negan is very different than Alpha. Yet there's that similarity there. And it all has to do with, you know, conflict against another community. You know, that's something they don't want to or they want to be careful not to get too repetitive. The next conflict, I think, with the people on the other end of the radio is something I think they should play out slowly and not jump right into. Now, this Whisperer War here, I'll be honest with you, I am really shocked this came up this fast. I'm real shocked. I would have figured the Whisperers would last another 10, 15 issues before we had a major conflict. I was starting to really feel like they were going to slowly get into this conflict and start having stuff happen that would lead into the war in a number of issues, like a small cluster of Whispers attack one of the residents on the road. Have it take up 10 pages of a comic. Make it a creepy scene where they're stalking them, following them. You know, utilize this Whisper aspect and the way the Whispers camouflage themselves in with the Walkers. Use that to really give us some creepy issues. And then after a few issues like that, not stalking on the road alone, but doing other things as well. After that, then lead us into a Whisper War. You know, but maybe... Oh, no, not maybe. I'm not saying that, you know, I prefer that over this or whatever. I was thinking that's the direction they were going to take. I'm not mad that they're doing it already. I am really eager to see where they go with this Whisper War. Especially, will this be the end of Alpha? I mean, is this going to be the end of Alpha? I kind of don't want it to be. I kind of wish we see more of the Whispers. I can see Beta, you know, dying, and then that would be the end of the Whisper War, where they have a big battle and they end up dying, or maybe the Whispers end up taking out a community. I mean, they could take out the kingdom. Imagine that. Imagine in the next issue or two, we've already, you know, we're not really seeing what happens with the kingdom. Imagine if, holy shit, I just thought about that. Rick is pissed off, and right now they have Michonne at their mercy. Totally forgot about that. Hold on, we'll go back to that in a second. But yeah, imagine if they just eliminate the kingdom. They have Michonne at their mercy now. Let's say they pick up and they go to the kingdom. I don't want to say the hilltop because, man, you would have to kill off, you know, Carl, Lydia, Maggie, and Earl. Wiping out the hilltop, Jesus is still at Alexandria, right? Let's back it up some. So, Rick Grimes, is he pissed off because something happened to Michonne? Imagine if Alpha came over the cliff wearing Michonne's skin. If that's the case, I don't think we can have Michonne killed off screen. I think they would need to show Michonne killed on screen first, and then, you know, and then bring out the reveal of Alpha wearing Michonne's skin. I think that would be vicious. Having the dreads on the Whisper skin, holy shit, that would be epic. I'm going to leave you guys with that last thought. How would you feel? How pissed would you be if you see one of the Whispers dressed up in a Michonne Whisper skin outfit, you know, with dreads, and oh man, that would be heartbreaking. Give me your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. What do you think of this cover? I mean, listen, and I only talked about a fraction of what we could talk about, what direction the story's taking. I only talked about a fraction. So go nuts. We are going to revisit this, definitely. We still have, you know, issue 155, 156, so we still have 2 months, give or take, about a month and a half, because they release in the beginning of the month now. So give or take about a month and a half, you know, something like that. So we still got a good amount of time to kick around some thoughts and ideas, suggestions, theories, let it all out, let it all hang out. Down in that comment box, smash that like button, do me a favor, help share the videos. Thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking, it's your turn. Subscribe now.